McKendry's shining bright. Lance Ellis, the Blue Devils are strong. Justin Ricci, he's a sensation, a talent. Then you have Joey Stars. What's new? Pookie, what's new? Hector Castillo, Marco Perez. The Bishops Basketball Challenge is back, baby. Let's go.
And welcome to another Bishops Basketball Challenge thriller here today. And I say thriller, but really it looks like we have a shitter team against the defending champions. That would be the New York Machine at their home with the visiting Louisville Stangs. Now it's going to be interesting to see if New York can get their season back on track here early on in week 3. But right now, Mustangs are doing what they need to do. Just get that early season cushion in the record column. And as you see, they just dominate everywhere on both sides of the ball. Points, field goal attempts, and field goals, 3-pointers, assists, steals, blocks. I mean, you got it all with Angela Torres, Hector Castillo, Higgins, and all those guys. I mean, anything can happen in the great state of New York, I guess. So we'll see upon tip-off here in the Madison Square Garden as the Stangs look to extend their record to 3-0. Here we go. The Stangs do, in fact, win the opening tip-off. Here's Angela Torres looking for a man open right there. Otis Pierce as he approaches the net. This one's not going to make it in. James Omaki will bring it to the other side of the court now. Omaki looking around. A quick pass there and a quick shot, but that's no good and out of bounds as well. You know, one rule change that's made games a lot more compelling this season has been the 6-minute halves. We just see a lot more flow to the game, a lot more unpredictability as well, I would say, as that one also goes out of bounds. I mean, we've seen some crazy upset victories so far this season. Could New York be the next team to pull off one of those upset victories? And it would be something special if they do it against the Louisville Mustangs. I mean, but nothing's going into any nets right now. We're nearly a minute into this game, and finally, the Louisville Stangs will get themselves on the board with 2 points by Otis Pierce. James Omaki right now is like, oh, hell no. Let's get this one off to O'Brien for a 2-pointer to tie the game up early on. Kirk O'Brien in the number 54 jersey. This is a huge jump shot, 23 feet, made by Hector Castillo, 4-2 for the Stangs. As they lead, O'Brien once again, very similar play to the last one. Omaki passing it to O'Brien. That one's no good though. Angela Torres with a quick play up in the paint and laying it up for 2 points there. 6-2 for the Stangs. Minute 30 into this game. Oh, James Omaki just absolutely a speed demon rushing up to the paint and putting it in for the slam dunk. James Omaki, first points of the games for him. You may notice if I sound a little rusty. Oh, wow, look at that slam dunk by Tanner Campos. Impressive. But you may notice it's a similar voice to, you know, the Fargo Frogs commentator. That would be because I got demoted from the Fargo Frogs position as commentator. Unfortunately, I was told I was too biased. So I think I'd get fired from this job too if I talk about it for too long. But I will say that I get to be a fresh face rotating around commentating other games now. So I'm looking forward to it here. And there's this compelling season 2 of BBC action. 22-foot jump shot by Hector Castillo. 10-6 for the Stangs. We're approaching halfway through the first half. Lots of pass action going on for another floater there by James Omaki. He's got a significant amount of the New York Machine's points so far, 6 of them. Tanner Campos to Donald Higgins for 3. That's good. Swished right into the net. Replay right there. Now that's impressive. Donald Higgins, only his first points of the game, by the way, as that puts the Stangs up by 5. Zach Stern creeps his way in for a really should have been an easy shot, but it did not go in. Otis Pierce now. Usually when the ball is in the hands of Pierce, it ends up going in the net somehow, some way, and he assists Tanner Campos there with that one. Now a 7-point lead for the Louisville Stangs, and I tell you what, New York's gotta get something figured out. I mean, you're gonna go 0-3 this far into this, this early into the season. You're gonna have to figure something out if you can't pull it out of your butt today. Or at least that's what my mom would tell me. Hector Castillo for 3 again. That's a great shot after a pass. And now 7 points for Castillo, 18 total for the Louisville Stangs, as they are 8 points leading the New York Machine. O'Brien approaches the net for another 2-pointer there, cutting the lead down to 6. Still got a good amount of action left in the first half as they finally figured out how to score on both sides of the ball. Castillo again for 3? Nope, that one's not good. O'Brien's going to rush back. He's going to try to get it in as soon as he can, pushing bodies out of the way, and it's going to go in for the lay-in. 6 points for O'Brien. It's really just Omaki and O'Brien scoring literally everything for New York. There's some massive trade deals that just happened. Let me pull up the actual trade details while that shot gets missed. Ends up in the hands of Hector Castillo yet again. And there it is for the dunk. It's Pierce, Otis Pierce, once again extending the lead for Louisville. I mean, this is just uncanny. Well, not really. This is probably what we expected, if we're being honest. But the trade, it was absolutely insane. New York received Gary Russell, which I don't know. Some may think that's not too insane, but when you think about the circumstances, as these two teams play against each other, Gary Russell was traded away by Louisville. Gary Russell did not want to play anymore for the defending champs. Huge shot blocked by Pierce there, by the way. But Gary Russell wanted to move on from the defending champions. And now here he is in New York, and we really have not seen his name today. And it's just absolutely unfathomable how, like, I just don't know what to he's not even on the court right now, I don't think, if I saw that correctly. Brian Leon here with the ball. But what are we going to see out of Gary Russell's future? What are we going to see out of New York after this trade? Huge jump shot by Brian Leon right there. His first points of the day, cutting the lead down to 6 again. Here's Riley. Riley looking for somebody, looking for a man open. Malone for 3. No good. Into the hands of Alonzo, closing to the end of the first half. How about Wright? Wright puts it in. That is Cortez Wright. Just 22 seconds left in the first half. Riley gonna take it in herself? Maybe. There we go. The layup looked like it didn't want to go in there for a moment, but Alexis Riley ends up sinking it. 10 seconds left. New York perhaps draining the clock a little. I'm not sure why they would want to do that, but they put it in for 2 there. Gregory Harrington. Now this is back to Malone for a potential 3 again. No good, and that will be the end of the half. New York keeping it close. I'll give that to them. Right now, Castillo leads the Louisville Stangs in scoring. Omaki leads the scoring for New York, 24-20. We'll be right back after a word from probably Dr. Squatch.
Whoa! Oh. No, I got water all over my floor and I dropped my banana. Oh, now my floors are dirty. What am I gonna do?
Oh, I know what you're gonna do. You're gonna get some action with the Swiffer XL right on your floor. Guaranteed to protect you from unexpected spills. Oh yeah, get in there good. With Swiffer, why go back to your X when you've upgraded to an XL?
I sure do love my Swiffer XL. They clean that water up real good.
So that was in fact not Dr. Squatch, but you know, you should consider purchasing Swiffer XL for yourself, especially if you're a messy person. Speaking of messy, New York has kind of played a messy game, but they're still in this, and they're looking to get on the board early in the second half, and there we go. Brian Leon, 4 points on the day for him now, just 2 behind the Louisville Stangs. this could be a potential upset if they keep it up. But just as I say that, Randy Malone gets his first points after several 3-point attempts that did not work out. He finally puts it in there. Huge 3-point attempt, no good. It looks like it was maybe Alonzo that shot that. Here's Malone again. Malone's had lots of possession in the last few minutes, but once again, just hasn't been able to get it in the net until recently. That pass is no good for the 3-point attempt. Alonzo takes it back to the other side. Alonzo's surveying, looking for a man open. There's Harrington up the middle, goes in for the dunk. Incredible. Look at this replay. Just over a man entirely. Great velocity. 4 points for Gregory Harrington now. Majeski in for the slam dunk. Dante, I think, is that the correct first name? Dante Majeski? That could be wrong. Devonte. Oh, I almost had it. I'm trying to get back into the rhythm of things for season 2 here. You know, it's been a while since I've called one of these. Alonzo for a jump shot attempt. No good. Majeski over to Riley as they take it to the other side of the court. Riley looks, does not pass it to Malone, who was free up top. Still free up top, but they turned it to Coldest, and he's batted away. DeColdest just recently traded, and I mean, just did not convert there. Gary Russell, there's his first points for New York. Very, very kind of ironic when you think about it. Actually, I don't know how that's ironic, actually. You know what? Sometimes you just say something and then you realize, you know, that wasn't the right thing to come out of your mouth. And that wasn't the right the right shot angle to make it into the basket either right there. Now it's in Wright's hands over to Alonzo. Alonzo for a 3. That's going to give New York the lead. That is unreal. Substitutions. They put Tortoise back on the court for Louisville. So now what does Louisville do here? Tortoise over to Pierce. Pierce is looking. Pierce knows that they cannot lose to New York. And Malone knows it too, but once again, he just can't make a 3. I mean, maybe Malone shouldn't be that guy, if you know what I mean. If they lose this game, I blame it on Malone. Because you got to make those shots if you're going to take them. Otis Pierce looking to keep the deficit to a small number. He does just that with a 2-pointer. Here's Alonzo. Not much movement. Now he goes into the paint. He's going to attempt the shot, and it's good. 3-point lead for New York. Now, I understand that this is versus the Stangs, and this is quite impressive, but it would be kind of crazy if they choked a 3rd straight game away from New York. Alexis Riley puts it in right there for a 4 points on the day for her, and cutting the lead back down to 1 for New York. Was that a foul? That was a foul on the shot there. Going to be some free throw attempts for Gary Russell now. Russell can't even make the first one. And it's things like this that make you wonder, you know. He makes it there, thank goodness. But it's things like that that make you realize, you know, how much is Gary Russell in his head playing against the Louisville Stangs, the very first game he's traded to New York. Wow! Donald Higgins 3-point is good. Donald Higgins, how about that? Both his shots today were 3-pointers, keeping this Louisville Stangs team in the race here. That shot's no good. The momentum has converted back over to Louisville. Angela Torres looking around. Torres for 3 again, and it goes in. Angela Torres puts the lead up to 4 for the Louisville Stangs. Just about to be under 2 minutes left in this game. O'Brien, filthy pass from Omaki. That'll cut the lead down a little bit more. And here we go with Angela Torres back to the other side of the court. I mean, they're just looking to maybe create a little bit more buffer with some 2-pointers, but I don't know. Maybe Donald Higgins feels it again and goes for 3. That's exactly what he does, but he misses. Oh my goodness. And New York gets the rebound. James Omaki looking, surveying, over to Harrington. This has been successful for most of the day, and it is right there to tie the game. Gregory Harrington ties the game 38-38, minute 46 seconds left on the clock. Angela Torres, ball in hand, over to Pierce. 14-foot jump shot retakes the lead. Omaki looking for some sort of way to get this in the net. He's just going to take it himself and miss and go out of bounds. That's not preferably what New York needed. Angela Tort is now looking to extend this lead. They had a chance to a little bit ago and then missed their shot. Now they're looking for another Higgins 3, and this time he makes it. 5-point lead for Donald Higgins after that, and for the Louisville Stangs. New York needs to just make a couple more shots to stay in this and then look for heroism at the end with a potential 3, but they can't even do that. Very simple shot did not make it in the net there. Tanner Campos, potentially, this might be the dagger if they get another one in here. Campos does just that. It's going to be difficult to see New York coming back from this deficit now. Let's see, though. It could take some magic. Harrington just puts it in there for a solid 2-pointer, solid slam dunk. Now, if they get some good fortune here with Louisville, if they don't chew the clock too much, let's see. 45-40 and 45 seconds left as well. Oh, the ball stolen. That could have been a good moment there for New York, but they weren't able to actually possess the ball. Higgins for another 3. If this goes in, it's over. And yeah, that's game most likely. Donald Higgins on fire with these 3-pointers today. 4 3-pointers, and he hasn't made anything else, just those 4 3-pointers. James Omaki, that's not really what's going to win the game for them, but I guess it at least keeps them somewhat close enough in case something fluky happens, potentially. 10 points for Omaki, though, on the day, so that's pretty good for James. We're going to see a lot of fouling here to end this game as they pray for the Louisville Stangs to miss these free throws. And the first one goes in. The second one also goes in. Louisville will surpass 50 points on the day. James Omaki, Ricci for 3. This would be huge. They get it. They convert with Justin Ricci. That's Justin's first point scored on the day. More fouling. Higgins needs to make these. He makes the first one. That's massive. And this is going to be the dagger right here. Yep. 16 points for Donald Higgins. What a day for him. Just been on fire. Ricci, rinse and repeat for Justin Ricci. They're trying to stay in it, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Speaking of Justin Ricci, why was he not shooting these 3s earlier? I think New York could probably be on top if they utilized him, but you know, Donald Higgins just locked in right now, not missing any of these. New York will get it back. Still 6 points back, though. Ricci, once again! Can you believe this? I think they're still going to lose, but can you believe what they are doing with Justin Ricci right now? And can you believe why it took them this long to get Ricci involved here? I am flabbergasted. Donald Higgins, though, he doesn't care. He's just like, all right, watch me do this real quick. It'll be fine. It's going to be fine, gang. Or is it? Here's the New York machine once again. Ricci for 3 again. Oh my God. Justin Ricci, what are we witnessing right now? Could they somehow pull this off? Zach Stern has been fouled out. Not that that really matters. All they need is Justin Ricci, apparently. Where did this come from? Higgins needs to miss this shot. No, he's made every free... This is... I don't even know what I'm watching right now. To Ricci for another 3. Will he take the shot? Hurry up and take it. There we go. Justin Ricci. What in the world? Goofy game here in the BBC. Nobody saw this coming. I mean, what is this sequence of events? Hey, Donald Higgins just missed the first free throw. Oh my God. Donald Higgins misses the second one. I cannot believe what I'm seeing now, ladies and gentlemen. When they say it's not over till it's over, there's a reason they say that. Here's Brian Leon for the win. They get it. New York Machine out front and Louisville. Louisville, another shot attempt. It's no good. And the I can't even speak, ladies and gentlemen. The New York Machine somehow, by the grace of God and Justin Ricci, win this game. Why is Ricci not the player of the game here? That is my question. But James Omaki was good throughout the game all around. He is your player of the game. But Justin Ricci, the absolute savior. I cannot believe what I just saw. And a miraculous upset to potentially steer New York in the right direction again in this second season of BBC. And not to discount Donald Higgins' incredible. If you're Donald Higgins, what else do you do? You're pinpoint accurate on every three-point attempt. You're pinpoint accurate with just about every free throw, but he fell apart at the end. And when he kept Louisville in the game that entire time, I guess he's the reason that they didn't win in the end after missing those last two free throws. That's why we're all BBC fans. You really just don't know what's going to happen. And, it seemed like I knew what was going to happen. I was like, oh, it's over. It's so over. New York's not going to win this. Well, look at the final score, 59-58. That's unreal. And the defending champions tally up their first loss of the year. Remarkable. I think this might be the highest scoring game of the season, if I were to guess, too. 117 points combined after that insane sequence of events to end the game. Three-pointer after three-pointer. We're going to be looking at the highlight reels for a long time on how that one ended. I mean, that's something you don't see. But you've seen the stats. You've seen the shots here on the screen now. Remarkable. Absolutely remarkable. Well, thank you all for watching. It's been fun getting back into the commentator seat. I will say that. And we will see you for the next game. It's been fun. It's been... How else do you add filler to this? Basketball. Woo! We love to see it. We'll see you guys for the next game.
This broadcast of the Bishop's Basketball Challenge cannot be replicated, reproduced, or retransmitted without authorized consent. BBC thanks you for your loyal viewership, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.